Hello, my good people. Eric here, and I'm back a little later than normal, but I'm back with another Netflix series review. I've been putting this review off for a week and a half now, and it's time I finally buckle down. I'm here to review Beyond Evil. It's a South Korean production, 16 episodes, an hour long apiece, and this will be a spoiler free review. Um, let's see. It's crime drama, mystery, thriller, and it involves a case, a, a cold case from 20 years ago about a girl who disappeared, and then next thing you know, the digits, the tips of her fingers appeared on the family's a bench outside of their house. They were just laid neatly on the bench. And that's so then fast forward 20 years, we are now following the the twin brother who has become a police detective. He's become part of the police in this little rural town. And then from there things just start happening. um Duly recommended. I loved it. The first, I want to say half, well, a lot of it, but it's just such an incredible mystery. Oh, I mean, the whole thing is a good mystery, but the later half is a lot more thriller, but it's still, I mean, it's just every episode. I couldn't stop watching every episode. I just had to see where it was going to lead. Very, very dramatic. Maybe the only gripe, not even a gripe, because I rate this series. I mean, I loved it. I love this series. I want to rewatch it. It's one of them shows. I say that on everything, but definitely rewatchable for the sole fact of just to see how how things were before um you get to the end. So I should mention too, I watch this in subtitles, so that's where I come from when I watch anything. But yeah, it's just it's just oh yeah, drama. My one gripe, like I said, not gripe. I don't. I'm just God dang, I'm awful at repeating here. But is the drama is dramatic for dramatic purposes. It's just to be dramatic. There's certain little tiny like certain little things I'm like, "Really? Did they really need to add that in there? Did this really need to happen? This wouldn't I mean in this situation, like really that was okay. Come on. That really didn't need to happen." But in the grand scheme of the writing and everything, I can look past it. And I mean, it was still good, still very, very enjoyable. Just how everything unfolds. Uh, yeah. So really, just mystery on top of mystery on top of mystery. Um, and it kept me hooked for sure. Uh, the characters are just incredibly deep. Every character has a backstory. Characters, I mean, you obviously got our main characters. You got the hard boiled, like the guy who's the twin, who's kind of he has an incredibly traumatic past, being a part of this disappearance that happened 20 years ago. I mean, incredibly traumatic, and it has affected him now. Um, yeah, I mean, some things could be said about that. Uh, I think that was spiced up just to be dramatic in certain areas. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know if like the communication between characters is that great. in this show, but whatever. Um, Easily look past that. Like that's such a small little thing to say. It's not even worth mentioning, but that's what I'm here to do is just kind of mention, um, you know, whatever I want to talk about, I guess. But yeah, so the characters, the two, and then you got the I'm gonna call him hard boiled. The older main character, and then you got our pretty boy, young detective who comes in thinking he can, that he's the cat's ass here, and but I guarantee that's a trope of some sort, and but he's got depth. I mean, he's very dynamic. Both characters are dynamic. They're dynamic. They just like you just it's subtle, but that's all. There's character development. That's the word I'm looking for, and it's not just them. There's so much character development, so much character backstory. Everybody, like, I love it. Like it's very character driven, but then it's story driven too. They mesh so well together, and then oh man, some of them characters are just nailed it. Some characters kind of got on my nerves. Yeah, there's a couple that rolled my eyes at and kind of being a big baby, but whatever. But then other characters are just, man, that's good acting. That dude can act, or that woman can act. Uh, yeah, awesome. So the detective tactics and everything was cool. I mean, it was just the mystery. Oh man, it kept me on the hook the whole time. Loved it. 16 episodes, well worth it. Music, I kind of felt like there was only a couple songs. Really, nothing stood. I mean, the only thing that stood out to me is the fact that I think there was 3 songs that were on repeat, and I felt like I kinda noticed this, they played a lot of music at times. I didn't feel they needed music. I don't know, I enjoyed the songs, don't get me wrong, but the main opening is a banger. I listen to it every time. Um, yeah, so in short, good characters, awesome plot, detective story with incredible mystique and things unfold, and it doesn't have an unsatisfying ending. So really, I mean, I don't feel like it was a waste. I did not waste I'd watch it again. That's all I can say to that. So I'm gonna keep that short as a spoiler-free review. And if that didn't do it for you, head over to the spoiler review.